John Ford is a great example of an old Hollywood director who had a great eye for cinema, just completely in general. So many of his most hailed films are human interest dramas, but he spent the majority of his career working with John Wayne and making westerns. And just going off that ratio alone, not knowing anything more, I would argue he liked one more than the other. He liked one more genre more than the other. And at the end of the day, we can look back on the Western era. It's inarguable to think some of the best Westerns in general, in an objective sense, American especially.
I think that's the most important thing I've learned as a filmmaker. James Cameron talked about this in his masterclass. He was saying that he was approached about the first big Ikran flying scene in Avatar. He was like, hey, could we cut this, or at least cut this down? Because when you look at the grand expanse of Avatar, a long movie in general, it's a fairly long sequence that is just kind of glamour shots of Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana in the full blue getup riding across the sky. And James Cameron responded to this. This was a Fox executive. He said, but I want to see it.
And I extrapolate from that, and Stanley Kubrick was a firm proponent of this principle. If I want to see it, my cognitive leap is there are going to be lots of people that want to see it and want to see it for itself, not for its purpose.
Trusting in the universe of it all, of just how human nature is, the instinct that he has is going to be found in someone else, and someone else is going to appreciate that in the way that he's wanting to convey it, you know? And he does go on to justify it. It's like that's an important part of Jake and Neytiri's, you know, romance budding, and it's a story beat in as much as it's a beautiful, you know, Weta effects demo. I think what's important there is, you know, trusting your gut, and I think that's just what movies need to thrive on in order to be good, you know? In order to be good.